consolidated
Are you
position.
completely opposed to it being in the southeast, or is it just Heathrow? I mean, for example, the Mayor of London has said, look, why not Gatwick, or why not the Thames Estuary? What about if you saw the expansion at those airports as opposed to Heathrow?
Well, in the coalition, we have a variety of different views. People come at it from different perspectives. But overall, we are against Heathrow. And there's the environmental aspect, there's the noise aspect. You know, the Mayor of London is terribly worried that all the advances that he's trying to make in clean air, all that headroom is going to be gobbled up as soon as you have all the extra traffic going to an expanded Heathrow. And remember, we're talking about bolting on another airport the size of Gatwick on top of the current Heathrow operation, which is already statistically the world's most highly disruptive airport. It lies bang slap in the middle of the most densely populated residential region in our country.
The Transport Secretary says that he believes he's got cross-party support. He'll continue working throughout today to make sure that the vote does go the government's way. I mean, what does it mean for your campaign if this expansion does get the green light today?
Well, first of all, I noticed in your interview with him that he told you that MPs were going to be free to express their view. There is, of course, a three-line whip. One government minister has resigned. We know ourselves from communications with others that they are effectively voting under sufferance. And if this were to go through, it'll go through on the back of a three-line whip. We do not believe there is genuine support either in London or in the regions.
But it could go through because Labour have given their parliamentarians a free vote on it.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. Look, I'm not going to speculate about this, but what I can tell you is even as of yesterday, we were speaking to members of the SNP who were telling us that they were beginning, having looked at some of the evidence which they hadn't previously seen, were beginning to doubt whether this was going to be a good thing for the regions or for Scotland.
And Paul, in terms of the environmental damage that this will have in the southeast area, I mean, when I asked the Transport Secretary, he said that they've done their studies and they will be able to match that commitment for carbon emissions, reducing carbon emissions by 80%.
Well, Lord Debon, who is the expert on this and who chairs the Climate Change Committee, has a very different view. He has seen a lot more evidence and studied it to a far greater extent than the Secretary of State grading. There are platitudes being thrown at us, platitudes that you don't need to worry about noise, platitudes that you don't need to worry about the environment. The problem is, already, in terms of the benchmarks that have been set, Heathrow Airport is breaching them as it is. And that's just with two airports. With three airports, 50% more activity, 50% more traffic on the roads. It's going to be very difficult for them to achieve.
OK.